In a distant land, nestled high in the embrace of ancient mountains, there existed a humble monastery renowned not for its grandeur, but for the infectious laughter that echoed from its stone walls. Here, the air shimmered with golden sunlight, and the world seemed painted in warm, luminous hues. A place where every leaf glowed as if touched by joy itself. Within this tranquil haven lived 3 monks, known far and wide not by their wisdom, nor by their strict adherence to ritual, but for a singular, radiant quality: their laughter. Day after day, from the break of dawn until the last traces of sunlight melted away, these monks filled the monastery with peals of laughter so genuine, so unreserved, that even the sternest faces in the nearby villages softened into smiles. They were called the 3 Laughing Monks. No one knew their real names. Some believed they were brothers, others claimed they were travelers who had found enlightenment on the road, and a few whispered that they were saints, come to teach the world a lesson. But the monks themselves never spoke of their pasts. Instead, they laughed at the rain, at the wind, at the playful monkeys in the trees, and, most of all, at themselves. Their laughter had a peculiar power. Whenever villagers came to seek advice or solace, the monks greeted them not with solemn words, but with laughter that seemed to wash away worry, confusion, and sorrow. Children flocked to the monastery, drawn by the irresistible sound, and even the elders, who had known much hardship, found themselves chuckling after a few moments in the monks' company. Curious travelers often asked, "Why do you laugh? What is the secret to your joy?" But the monks only smiled wider, their eyes shining with a softness that held the warmth of sunlight through autumn leaves. One day, a wise old man journeyed from a far-off city, determined to unravel the mystery of the monks' laughter. He watched them through the day, at their morning meditation, as they tended their gardens, as they shared simple meals. Always they laughed. Not a mocking laughter, but one that seemed to embrace the world's imperfections with open arms. As evening fell, the old man approached the monks as they sat beneath a sprawling tree, its branches gilded by the golden sunset. "Please," he pleaded, "tell me the meaning of your laughter. Is it a teaching, a meditation, or a way to avoid the world's suffering?" The monks regarded him with gentle amusement. Then one of them picked up a fallen leaf, twirling it between his fingers. He looked at the old man, and with a twinkle in his eye began to laugh softly. The other 2 joined in, and soon their laughter swelled, blending with the hush of the breeze and the distant song of a nightingale. In that moment, the old man felt his burdens lighten. The ache in his knees, the worries of his long journey, the questions that had weighed on his mind, all faded in the warmth of their laughter. He realized that the monks were not laughing at the world or at its sorrows, but at the folly of taking life too seriously. The next morning, the villagers gathered to find only 2 monks laughing beneath the tree. News quickly spread that one of the monks had passed away during the night. A hush fell over the village. People expected the remaining monks to mourn in silence, to light incense and recite solemn prayers. But instead, the 2 monks laughed even more joyously than before. Their mirth rang out, bright and clear, echoing through the valley. Perplexed and a little unsettled, the villagers asked, "Why do you laugh when your friend has departed?" The monks replied, "Our companion has completed his journey. He has shed the last burden of this world. We laugh for the joy of his liberation, for the beauty of a life well lived, and for the reminder that everything is impermanent, sorrow and joy alike. To grieve would be to forget the lesson he taught us every day, to embrace each moment with an open heart and a light spirit." The villagers, moved by this wisdom, joined in the laughter, their voices mingling with the gentle wind and the golden sunlight. In that moment, the boundary between sorrow and joy, between life and death, seemed to dissolve. All that remained was the warmth of shared humanity, the simple beauty of being alive. As years passed, the story of the 3 laughing monks spread far and wide. Pilgrims came from distant lands, not seeking answers, but simply to sit in the sun-drenched courtyard, to breathe the fragrant air, and to listen to the laughter that lingered like a blessing. Over time, the monastery became a sanctuary, not just of stone and wood, but of spirit. Its walls, bathed in the golden glow of morning and the soft radiance of dusk, seemed to pulse with a quiet joy. There were days of celebration and days of loss, times of abundance and times of want, but always the laughter endured. The monk's simple teaching became a living wisdom that life, for all its challenges, is a fleeting gift, precious and unpredictable. That joy is not found in the absence of pain, but in the courage to meet each day with levity and love. That laughter, shared and sincere, is a bridge between souls, dissolving barriers and healing wounds. In the end, the three laughing monks became legends, their laughter echoing across generations. Yet their true legacy was not in the stories told about them, but in the gentle transformation they inspired. A world a little lighter, a little kinder, a little more attuned to the golden warmth of each passing moment. And so, whenever the mountain winds carry the sound of laughter through sunlit forests and quiet villages, people remember. The truest wisdom is often found not in solemn words or grand gestures, but in the shared joy of simply being alive.